It was a cold November morning in 1957 when deputies opened the door of a lonely farmhouse just outside Plainfield, Wisconsin. From the road, it looked like a quiet, abandoned home with paint peeling from the wood outside. Inside, however, the air was thick and foul with a heavy and unmistakable smell of rot. At first glance, it looked like the home of a hermit. One officer decided to take a look around outside and stepped into the shed out back. What he would find would spark a series of discoveries that shocked everyone, even to this day. Hanging from the rafters was the body of Bernice Warden, the town's hardware store owner who vanished earlier that morning. She was hung upside down by her ankles, decapitated, and gutted like a deer. Her head was later found in an old sack inside the house. The more they looked around and the deeper they searched, the worse that it got. They found bowls carved from human skulls on the shelves, there was a lampshade made from human faces in the living room, boxes and bags filled with noses and other body parts, as well as chairs upholstered with tanned skin. It was like every room they stepped into seemed to reveal something else that nobody was prepared to see. This was extremely strange, as people in town had always knew the man who lived there as a bit odd, but they thought he was harmless. He helped neighbors with odd jobs and even babysat kids, a lot of which actually really liked him. But aside from that, he mostly kept to himself, so nobody would have really ever known what he was up to. Before any of this, his mother had passed away in 1945, and as poorly as he seemed to have been treated in his upbringing, he absolutely adored his mother. He sealed off her bedroom and began spending nights in cemeteries digging up recently buried women who reminded him of her. He told police that he wanted to make a woman suit so he could become her and be with her again. When questioned about everything, he admitted to killing Bernice Warden and a tavern owner by the name of Mary Hogan, who'd vanished about 3 years earlier. The rest of the bodies, he said, came from grave robbing. The man behind it all was none other than Ed Gein, the quiet farmer whose crimes inspired some of the best horror films out of the late 1900s. The new monster show on Netflix that goes really in depth into this case captures the horror of what police found that day and a lot of who he was, but they also stretch the truth in a lot of places. The show tells us that he killed his brother, and while yes, his brother died in a very odd manner, it was never said that Ed Gein had anything to do with it. They seem to have also blown out a lot of the psychology behind why Ed did what he did, as well as some of his beliefs. Gein confessed and was only proven guilty of 2 murders, and the rest of his crimes came from people who were already deceased. I understand dramatization, as I sometimes use it myself, within reason of course, but switching the narrative up and adding straight false information to something that was already tragic enough doesn't feel right to me at all, but here we are. Also, happy to say I'm back. Life got a bit busy there, but it happens to us all. New podcast episodes and YouTube videos will be out soon, and I'll be bringing back my shorts content for all of you guys on here.